Hello, my name is Rachel and I am here today to do my September reading wrap up. This month has been a pretty good month for me. I think I've read around 12 things all in all, but it's quite a range from like graphic novels, short stories to full novels, so yeah, been quite a few. I'm going to race through the things that I've already reviewed on the channel. So the first thing is my graphic novels, which I have already done reviews for. So because of an Acorn, which I would say was more of a picture book, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Anya's Ghost by Vera Brosgol I gave 4 out of 5 stars, and it was very, very good. Really enjoyed that one. Jane the Fox and Me I gave 5 out of 5 stars. This is one of my favourite graphic novels I have read so far. About a little girl who is being bullied and has weight issues and is also reading Jane Eyre, and yeah, this was really, really beautiful and I really enjoyed this graphic novel. So I'm going to do this in order of ratings that I gave books. So the first book is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I gave this book 1.5 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed the photographs in it and how they were woven into the story, but I thought the plotting was very slow and I didn't really think there was anything special about the writing style and descriptions and things like that. But I do have a full-size review for this, which I will link down below. Then I gave 2 out of 5 stars to Roald Dahl's The Great Mouse Plot. This was a little edition that came out for World Book Day, and it's about a little boy and his friends who go to the sweet shop to get sweets, but the lady in the sweet shop is an old hag who hates children and they want to teach her a lesson, so they hide a mouse in one of her sweet jars. It's hard because I did really enjoy this, and it's nice to read Roald Dahl because obviously, like, I just love the way he writes and he's kind of sarcastic and blunt, and it's really refreshing. But because this was so short, 50 pages, so I just kind of, I wanted more from it. So yeah, I only give this 2 out of 5 stars, but I did enjoy it and it was good. I just would have liked it to be longer, so yeah. The next book is Paper Towns by John Green. I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. This is another one that I have a full review for, so I have a link down below. But I enjoyed this book, but the ending kind of ruined it for me. I don't like the treatment of women in this book and in books similar to this where they kind of try and do the trope of the misunderstood girl, and I think it's rather insulting, to be honest. So I wasn't a big fan of this, but I am going to carry on with John Green because there are other pieces of his work that I do like, so I kind of want to find out how I feel about him. But yeah, I'll link the video where I discuss that properly down below. The next 2 books I gave 4 out of 5 stars. So the first was another Roald Dahl, which was SEO Trot. I watched a programme celebrating Roald Dahl's books and someone was saying how great this was and I had never even heard of it. So I decided to pick this one up first out of my collection that I bought. And yeah, I thought this was quite cute. A really nice, happy love story. In the programme, I think it was Sophie Dahl, Roald Dahl's daughter, who said that she thought this was kind of a love story ode type piece of work to the wife he had when he died. So yeah, it was quite cute to read, quite lovely. And the other book I gave 4 out of 5 stars was Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I will talk about this further in my Banned Bookathon wrap up video, which I'm going to film after this. But yeah, I read this for the Banned Bookathon. It is about a plane crash that happens on an island and a group of schoolboys are left on this island, and it's kind of, some of them attempt to stay civilised, they become savages, and yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was like a little experiment, a like human experiment of like what would happen, and yeah, it was very, very interesting. So I really, really enjoyed that one. And then I gave 5 out of 5 stars to The Yellow Wallpaper. It was, I don't even know, maybe like 4th or 5th time reading it, because I studied it at school. But yeah, it was just as brilliant as it always is, and just as hard-hitting, and I think it's a brilliant story, and I'm hopefully going to read a few more out of here, because there's quite a few stories in this book. So yeah, I'll continue reading those. The next book I obviously gave 5 out of 5 stars, and it's really annoying me that I didn't read the last one this month, but it's because it was only out in hardback and I wanted it in paperback to match the other books. So I am getting it for my birthday in a few days, hopefully. So it is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. I absolutely adore this trilogy, adored this book. If anyone's watched my channel before, they will know that I have a book review journal where I talk about the books and give them ratings and a little bit of a discussion, and it's just like a little bit of fun. And for this book, I obviously gave it 5 out of 5 stars, but a double page was not enough for this book, so then I had to stick in sheets to allow me to put all of the quotes that I loved in, because it was just so good. So good. My review, I put that it did not lose steam from the first one, and that if anything the plot became more unpredictable, if that's even possible. What kind of quotes have we got? We've got "You should have seen them at the Institute," "Love at first howl," about Darrow and Severo, which I love. "If your heart beats like a drum and your legs a little wet, it's because the reapers come to collect a little debt." Yeah, there's so many good quotes in here, but I can't read them all out because I wrote too many down. But yeah, I adored this. I don't really want to say anything in case there's anyone who's not read Red Rising, but they should. Everyone should pick this trilogy up because it's amazing, and hopefully I will have Morning Star in the next few days and I will be reading that, and then I'm going to do a video about the trilogy together. That's why I've not done any single reviews, because I'm going to review the whole trilogy in one video and just fangirl like crazy, basically. So yeah, this was obviously 5 out of 5 stars. Then in September I also reread a beloved book, which obviously got 5 out of 5 stars, and it was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Quite sad that my Order of the Phoenix is losing its colour on the spine now, which is a shame. But yeah, I kind of was rereading. I reread the first one, and then I skipped to this one because I'm going to reread the second one when it comes out in the illustrated edition on the 4th of October. So I went straight to this one, and I'm glad that I did actually. I've not read the last ones in a while. I've reread a lot of the first ones the last like 2 or 3 years, and I've not been rereading the later ones, so decided to pick this up. So difference wise, this was obviously my first reread in a long while, and there were a few things that I noticed that I hadn't noticed that I'd forgot about. The first being that because I've watched the film a lot and not read the book in a while, I forgot that it wasn't Cho who betrayed Dumbledore's army and told on them. And Harry does not overcome Snape when they're doing occlumency. Snape leaves and Harry puts his memory in the pensieve and looks at it that way. And I forgot about the Weasleys Are King song, because I feel like it might be in the film, but it's not that much. And I forgot how like happy you are when they change the song and the Gryffindors start singing it after he wins his after he like does so well in the one of the last ones when Harry and Hermione are going to see Grop, and that was just brilliant. some quotes I liked was Harry's heart was beating a violent tattoo against his Adam's apple. That was quite beautiful. I love, oh my god, I love the bit where McGonagall and Umbridge are passive aggressively fighting during Harry's like advice on what to do when he's older, and she says like, oh, you're doing all right, you've done all right in all your defence against dark arts, and Umbridge is like, oh, have you not got my results that I sent you, Professor? And she's like, sorry, he has achieved high marks in all defence against the dark arts tests set by competent teachers. Just was amazing, and just the passive aggressive offering of cough drops throughout that is just amazing. So yeah, I'm going to stop fangirling over Harry Potter now, but I adored rereading that. It was obviously brilliant, as it always is, so that was great. And the last two books I also gave 5 stars to, but I read for the banned bookathon, so I'm not going to talk about as much. I'm not going to talk about the first one because I've already done a very, very long review of it. But the second one I'm going to discuss in my banned book reading wrap up. So yeah, I'm not going to discuss it as much here. So the first one is Alice Walker's The Colour Purple, which is the one I've done the long review for, so I will link down below. But I absolutely adored this. I think it challenges so many injustices in the world, not just race and sexism, but other things that are kind of spoilers, so I don't want to mention. But it challenges a lot. So I really, really, really enjoyed that and thought it was just brilliantly written, and for challenging all these injustices, it still just makes you so happy inside, and it's lovely, and I love it, and it's great. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for that one. And the other one I finished last night, and it was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. Gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is hard to talk about because I only finished this last night, and from reading the bit where the boys in the book come up with a plot to about 15 minutes afterwards, after finishing the book, I was sobbing the whole time, really, really crying. So yeah, this is hard. This is a hard book to read, or it was for me. So yeah, I'm going to talk about it more in the banned bookathon reading wrap up, but I would definitely recommend reading it. It is beautiful, but it is like harrowing and it is hard. So yeah, just bear that in mind. I wouldn't read the end on a train. But yeah, so 5 out of 5 stars. They are all the books I have read this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've read 13 books this month, but obviously that's with graphic novels and short stories as well. So yeah, it's been an okay reading month, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!